any Argonian residing in Black Marsh, the First to Fourth Era could have been full of fear, especially if you decided to venture too far east or northeast along the borders of Morrowind. The possibility of being captured and sold existed. House Telvanni are the strongest of Dunmer mages to exist, and they considered knowledge to be power, and power dominated everything to them. Explained to be isolationists, they held grip along the east coast of Ardenfall, inside Morrowind. Here they rule with an exotic fist. Most Telvanni mages believe in slavery and domination among the lesser races. It is one of the few remaining prides that they can practice. And since Black Marsh was so close, Argonians are a common sight in the slave market. The examples of slavery are skewed for purpose. Simple tasks of labor to theories of keeping slaves addicted to the Telvanni bug musk for pleasure, which could sway one's thoughts and make a slave willing to stay. This slavery did not only appear to Argonians, but all races could potentially fall victim to Telvanni rule. Their homes are among the most organically bizarre, huge mushrooms with chambers that only exuberant wizards could reach the entrances to. Slaves are often found in terrible to envious situations of glamour within these mushrooms. I would also accept a theory that since House Telvanni had no problem with vampires, slaves were kept for cattle and trade. Each town in Telvanni control has a head wizard and a tower. These are by far the most breathtaking sights of all of Morrowind. Here you can find poverty outside the main husk dwellings. Since the Telvanni tend to buy and dominate their way to success, it is not uncommon to see same races selling locals from their homeland. In truth, slavery was outlawed everywhere else except for on Telvanni soil, so it's an easy guess why scum slavers linger. The Telvanni bug musk I mentioned earlier is an intoxicating smell that drives desire. I'm positive that there are slaves deep within some Telvanni homes that are tortured or experimented on, but enjoy such treatment due to the bug musk clouding the brain. There have been recorded instances of Telvannis driving themselves mad with experiments on the living and dead, for Telvanni also practices necromancy, the manipulation of magic and dead flesh. A horrible truth is that not even Dunmer children outside of House Telvanni were safe. Young ones have been captured, experimented on, and sold. And if it couldn't get worse, House Telvanni as a whole, during their highest period, were richer than all of the imperial cities combined. The oldest and strongest of the Telvanni are liches and vampires. Cities under their control were recorded to change hands often, from one ruling self-serving Telvanni to the other. A typical Telvanni lord with a seat inside the House Telvanni Council would be so isolated and carry such distaste for the other members. Full council meetings rarely ever took place. Instead, the lords would send a speaker or a mouth to represent them in the council meetings. They only cared for themselves, and it reflects how they rule the east coast of Ardenfall. They have one rule, and there is no rules. Power can never be understood, and this power that can't be understood can never be dominated. One Telvanni mentioned, "If you steal but do not get caught, then you deserve what you have stolen. If you kill, then you deserve to win." This almost neglectful attitude toward one another may have been their downfall. During the Fourth Era, Red Mountain erupted, and at their weak point, the Telvanni fell. After hundreds of years of mistreatment, and after a devastating blow, the Argonians invaded Telvanni land. History explains that the Argonians brutally killed them without care, freeing slaves and eliminating, butchering every Telvanni in its existence. The last remnants of these conceited wizards were reported to have been seen in Skyrim, and it speaks of only 2 members left,